Have you ever had a hard time getting rid of something in your life? Well, for me, it's been this old boat in our backyard. We moved here about a year ago. We started working on the house, but every day I'd look out in the backyard and I'd see this old abandoned boat that's broken, can't float, but I didn't know how to move it. I didn't know how to get rid of it. I called people. Obviously, there were people that would come by and pick it up for a fortune, but even at the dump, some of them would not even take an old beat up boat. And so I started thinking, what am I gonna do? Can I burn it? And then when I thought about that, it would just make a big mess. The smell would be horrible. The fire department would probably be out here and I'd probably get in trouble. Then I just thought about, well, I just forget about it, make a flower pot out of it. And that idea never settled with me as well. So I just thought to myself, I was like, man, how can I move something of that size? It's too heavy to move. And so all of a sudden, I thought of this idea. What if I just break it up into 1,000 pieces? And so I came out the other day and I started cutting the boat and started just taking it apart piece by piece. As you can see, several pieces are over here. And I still got some work to do, but hope is on the way. The idea that this boat is going to be dismantled, I'll be able to throw it in the garbage can, and it won't be here anymore. And so that's such a blessing. It made me think about our lives. Sometimes there are things in our life that seem so big, so difficult, and we want to move it all at one time, but God sometimes works with us in a process of just trusting Him, coming to Him just the way we are, one layer at a time, one level at a time. He grows us, He strengthens us, and He tells us to lay aside every weight and every sin that holds us back and keep running the race. And so I believe that we can come to the Lord just the way we are, even with a heavy load, and maybe have something that is just a struggle in our life, and we just give it to Him day by day. Prayer, just say, Lord, I need you to take this out of my life. And I've seen God do things overnight. I've seen healing happen overnight. I've seen deliverance happen overnight, but I've also seen it where God would just take it little by little as we trust Him through the process of changing us into the same image from glory to glory by the Spirit of God. And so maybe there's something in your life that you feel overwhelmed, and maybe it's time now just to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and just give it to the Lord. The Bible says to present your body on the altar daily. Take up your cross daily and follow Him. And I believe that you will see that God will clear everything out, clean everything up, and you'll be able to see a difference in your life. Can I pray for you? Father, I thank you today that, God, you've given us your word. I thank you today that you've given us your Spirit. And I thank you that, God, you've given us a day to serve you and to grow in you. And I pray that, Lord, each one, God, no matter how big the mountain, God, that they would just take it one step at a time, keeping their eyes on Jesus, the author and the perfecter and the finisher of their faith. For the joy that was set before Him, He endured the cross. And I thank you that, God, you've encouraged us to be those that would endure. Through faith and patience, my friends, you will inherit the promises. And this boat's not going to be here much longer. And I'm so grateful. May God bless you.